Hello, everyone. George Mason loses 79-76 to St. Joe's tonight. Words fail to come to me sometimes when it comes to this team. They just do. They just do. Because you know what? You look at this season. I can accept losses on the road at Auburn. I can accept losses on the road to VCU and St. Louis. Those are two really good teams. Hell, I can even accept a loss on the road to St. Bonaventure. That's a really tough place to play. They went and did it in early January when that's, just to be totally honest, Olean in early January. Not particularly a fun plane ride or bus ride, whatever they did. Not particularly a fun place to go in early January. That's a fact. It's a hard place to play. And you know what? I accepted those. I accepted those as losses. I was very upset about it. I shouldn't say I was upset. I was very saddened by that St. Louis loss, and I accepted them. But you know what I don't accept is losing to George Washington at home and now losing to St. Joe's at home. These are not games you can lose, and we lost them the same way, which I think is what makes me the most upset. We lost them by letting one guy get to a space about every single time, their one guard, and him going off on us. Erik Reynolds, 9 of 18. He was only 5 of 12 from 3, but he was 9 of 18. He was 7 of 10 from the free throw line. He had 30 points. EagleBank, who was I mentioned this in the preview podcast. He has not had a good season. This is a guy who we should not have allowed to have 15 points and 12 rebounds, but he's a guy who admittedly fouled out. He fouled out. We did a good job of getting him, forcing him into fouls. That we did a good job at that. However, we let him get 15 points and 12 rebounds. That shouldn't be happening. Lynn Greer, we shut down Cameron Brown, who's been really, really good in A-10 play. He's been their second leading scorer. Really good on the glass. Only had 7 points and 5 boards. That was a good job, but we had let Lynn Greer, their other guard, go for 18 points and 11 rebounds himself. And it's not okay. It's not okay. And I was convincing myself. I said it multiple times to myself in the VCU review that I believed in this team. This is a good team, I thought. And I thought we would come back today at home and we would bounce back. But it's the same thing since day one. Since day one with this team. It's the long streaks of not being able to make a field goal. It's great if we're able to get to the line. But the fact of the matter is this team doesn't shoot free throws very well. That's a problem. It's a problem. And we went for multiple stretches in this game, one in the first half, one in the second half, where the Patriot, George Mason, did not have a field goal for more than 3 minutes. We have Devon Cooper, Victor Bailey, Justin Fernandez, Josh Oduro in the paint. This should not be a team that goes for longer than 3 minutes without a made field goal. That should not be happening. Yeah, I mean, I know I said I don't want to hit on Oduro. I thought he had a great game. 17 points, 7 assists. He made some excellent passes. We should have had a lot more threes because these guys they would collapse and they would just leave the three open. 4 of 8 from Coop, 1 of 5 from Ronnie, 3 of 9 from VBJ. You wonder if Victor hits one or he even hits just 1 or 2 of those threes like he would normally would. Usually around 48 and 49% 3-point shooter. Only 33% today. 1 or 2 more is usually to his average. That's life sometimes. Justin Fernandez, I thought, put in really great minutes off the bench again. Devin Diggins, when I thought he came in, I thought he put in really good points off the bench. Even Saquon Singleton, again, I think we went, I don't know what those lobs were. There were 2 lob plays in the second half to Singleton that just ended up being absolutely nothing. I don't know what those were. I thought he played well on defense. He looked good on defense, and he brings an energy on defense that I appreciate. But the fact is that as a player, he is an offensive black hole, and I don't know if he should be playing 10 minutes a game. Blake Jones hit a 3-pointer today. Fantastic. But again, he was -8. Plus, we've talked about this on the site before. Plus minus is not a be-all, end-all set. But in 6 minutes, he was a minus 6 minutes and 40 seconds. He was a -8. I mean, this is still, we had 10 guys get above 6.5 minutes today. You think this would be a team that would be looking to shorten its bench a little bit. I know Tickett's out. I know that makes it harder, but with Tickett coming back in, that we've got 11. There are 11 guys who probably would have played that long today. Don't know if that's okay. It's the second year of a new program, of a new culture that is trying to be built by head coach Kim English. And I get it. Things can take a while, and I understand that, and I very much still believe in this team. But, when you build, I think what we're allowed to be upset about, Mr. fans, and what we are allowed to be upset about being built up to these expectations, being told by our coach that this is going to be a team that was going to be right in the mix of it for those top 4 spots, and we were going to have the players to do it. Nothing. We're allowed to be upset about that. We're allowed to be upset about that. And I don't want anyone to tell you that you're a bad fan or that for whatever reason it doesn't make you good enough as a fan. If you're upset about that, you're allowed to be upset about that. I think we're allowed to be upset about it. We're allowed to put some of the point on Coach Kim English and the staff for building up these expectations for a team that, for whatever reason, is not performing up to the standard that either he believed that he believed they could compete at this year. And it's okay to be upset about that, I think. I think it's more than okay to be upset about that, in my opinion. I think it's more than okay to be upset about that. Surprisingly clean game for Mason, only 9 turnovers. When a positive there, that's good. Limited turnovers today. That was a good thing. Usually haven't seen that. That's a good thing. That's something to build off of. Keep the turnovers below 10. Most of the time, this team is going to win this game. But again, we're coming up UMass. It's the scoring. Are we going to be able to stop their? If Noah, God forbid, if Noah Fernandez is back. To be fair, he'll probably come off pretty rusty. He's still dealing with an ankle issue. He hasn't played in 8 games. He'd be rusty, but God forbid, RJ Luis too. God forbid coming up against those 2 guys if we're going to be able to handle them. Wednesday's game is now undeniably a must-win against UMass if we want to make sure we stay out of if we want to stay out of the Tuesday game, the new Tuesday game that we have here in the A10, in the A10 conference tourney. We got to win that game now. And this is not a team with the talent on it that should be doing that. Let's make that very clear. This is not a team with the talent that it has that it should be doing that. And it's okay to be mad about that. And I want people, I don't want us to be mean. That doesn't mean we can be rude to the players. That doesn't mean we can be rude to the coaches. But it's okay to be upset at the level of expectations that was set and be annoyed and disappointed with how this season has gone. And it feels like it again that, a back-breaking loss against St. Louis screwed with this team. Maybe if we close out that game, maybe we look a little better. Maybe this team's more confident in itself. But those are ifs, ands, and maybes and whats, and those only count in horseshoes and hand grenades, So, what you going to do about it? Otherwise, Victor Bailey, good game. Ronnie, 12 points, but only 3 of 11 shooting. Need better. Hoop, okay. Malik, I think when he was given the chance to work down low and to shoot the ball, I thought he looked good. I actually wish we would have seen a little bit more Malik instead of the 18-30 he got. Wish we would have seen closer to 20, 22 minutes. He was a +8 on the floor. I thought he did a good job today. Like I said to the freshman, Justin Fernandez, Devin Dinkins, thought they looked good. Do I think maybe we need to consider giving Dinkins another start at point? Maybe. I don't want to trash Ronnie here, but I didn't think he looked good today. He made some plays, but sometimes the decision-making and everything was all there today. He needs to be better at that. I think Ronnie can be the guy, and he's looked at moments like the guy at the point guard position this year. But there were games where it's just not consistent. This is, again, with his team, the whole year, consistency. Other than Josh, who I think has become very consistent. He's gotten his points. He's getting his points. He's getting his rebound. He's getting double-doubles almost every A10 game. You can't really ask for more from him from that. He's getting 7 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, only 1 turnover and 2 steals. Like you can't ask for more from that from Josh Oduro. You quite literally, I mean, there will be some people who argue he was only 7 of 6 from the 16 from the field today. Maybe he needs to make a couple more of those shots. And sure, but he still had 17 points, 12 boards, and 7 assists. He made a lot of plays today. You can't really ask for more than that. You gotta ask, you gotta ask Ronnie Polite to make a couple more of those layups. Gotta ask Davon Cooper to hit an extra 3 or 2. Gotta ask Victor Bailey, hit an extra 3 or 2. Gotta ask Saquon to make a bucket. He's a guy who we know can get in the paint. We've seen him do it. He needs to do that more. Use Ginica in offensive situations more, because even if he doesn't get a basket, he's a guy who can get a foul. And when he's gone to the foul line, when he's gotten the opportunity to in recent games, he's done well. Just frustrating. Frustrating, I think, is the name of the game. It's frustrating after this game. It's frustrating after what happened. And yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back probably a little bit late because I got class until 7, but I'll be on campus. So I'll be there at the game. I'll be there watching. I'll be there covering that game against UMass on Wednesday. We'll have the preview podcast out on Tuesday. We're going to try it. But this is a damning loss to this season. This is a damning loss. This is not a game we should have lost. It's not a team that we should be losing to, but we did. And now, sincerely, this team I'm going to hammer this. This is a must win. Must win against UMass on Wednesday now. And it shouldn't have to be that way, but it is. And I hope these guys can step up, and I hope this coaching staff can step up and get these guys motivated to come out there and hopefully really give a good kick in the pants to UMass and show them what we can do on our home court and take back home court after now losing 2 straight there. That's the hope. That's all I got for you guys today. Mason loses 79-76 to St. Joe's. See you guys on Tuesday for Onward to Victory's preview of the game against UMass on Wednesday night. Have a good one, you guys.